Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for this devotional. Today we are in 1 Timothy chapter 5. I'm going to read verses 1 through 2. It states, "Do not rebuke an older man, but encourage him as you would a father. Younger men as brothers, older women as mothers, younger women as sisters in all purity." So based on everything we have read over the last 4 chapters, Timothy is going to have to lead through some tough stuff in Ephesus. And Paul knows he's going to have to tell some people to step up and others, well, to step down. And how he handles this is very important. So he needs to be diplomatic. So Paul paints a picture of how he wants Timothy to relate to these people. He encourages him to treat them as family members in a spiritual ecosystem that's divinely related. And I think the modern church really fails to embrace this concept here. You see, in our time, we have reduced the church to an event that we attend or go to every week. Therefore, it has become a mere transaction. Thus, churchgoers are reduced to titles with only transactional meanings. So we call them attendees or consumers or maybe just participants. But we are an actual spiritual family. We're not attendees and consumers and participants. We're a spiritual family with spiritual obligations to one another. We are members of a family joined together by a father through the sacrifice of his son, which makes us brothers and sisters. Those aren't lightweight titles. It's a spiritual family that bears a weight of responsibility that requires us to treat one another as a family. This means that leaders in the church need to remember that while there are hard things to address once in a while, that they are stewards of God's family. They're not leaders of an organization that drives a vision that can make any and every decision that it wants in a thoughtless and careless way, dismissing the members of God's family. You know, honestly, this is what I've loved about the experiment of learning to lead as a father. You know, as a father, I am forced to be more creative and careful in leading the children of my family. And why? Well, because I know that I am bound to them forever by the actual blood that runs through my veins. And this thought alone reminds me to treat them with, well, respect and love, even when I know that there are hard conversations that we need to have. But God's spiritual family takes precedence even over the blood that runs through my vein. And as a spiritual leader in my home, I'm reminded daily that Jesus's blood is what joins me in relationship with my wife and my children in a way that is greater than natural relationships because it's supernatural and spiritual. Therefore, I've got to treat them as brothers and sisters in Christ. And this spiritual family bears responsibility that is mine to steward as a spiritual leader every single day. I even think about this when I'm talking to you every day, that we're brothers in Christ. So here's a question for you today. Is there a brother or a sister in Christ that you need to think about differently? Therefore, treat them differently today. That's a challenging one, isn't it? Well, do me a favor today and send this to a brother or sister in Christ, because I know if it's blessed you, it's for sure going to bless them. And with that, I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.